Do you think the new edition will see more close combat? Less lethal shooting looks like something GW is aiming for, with AOS rules being brought in alternate activations for the combat phase in 40k. Thoughts?
Would they do alternating combats?
I highly doubt it. Yeah. I think we this question might have been brought up, or a similar question yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I feel like it's such a big change, is what I said, that they would probably announce it right off the bat, so that it can like warm up to people and stuff, and they can get like kind of like a first reaction early on.
Right. You said anything that was going to be big like that. Yeah. They probably wouldn't.
Right, like things like saying like the psychic phase is gone and now it's in the command phase or something, or the shooting phase. They announced that, and I don't know, other things, right? So that's a big change. That's a big shift.
Yeah.
So that's like game changing, and then they'll have to like rebalance it, and it's a whole yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Craziness.
I think they would have announced a big thing like that. So I mean, we could be wrong, but I agree. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they might simplify this whole like, you have double fight first, fight last, which negates this or whatever. I hope they have a better system than that, but I doubt. I bet fundamentally it's going to be the same, just made more clear. Just the way that they're doing a lot of these other things that they're already showing us.
That's a great question. I mean, I hope in the future they maybe make alternating activations work if they do find it to be very balancing. It's healthy for Star Wars Legion, things like that, so and it works for them. But you never know. It's a D6 system that 40k has, long-standing in this turn-by-turn
and like,
thing.
Don't forget, like Sigmar is not even really fighting back and forth either. They also have lots of fight first and fight last. So I don't think it's necessarily a better system in 40k. Like unless the whole game is going to like alternating everything, then that's something interesting and different, and you can do different things. But since it seems like the core of the game is still just I go and then you go, having whether combat is alternating or not is actually kind of feels like small beans to me.
Right.
At that point.
Yeah.
You know?
What was the first part of the question for that one, Mel, if you don't mind? I feel like we definitely skipped over something.
I'm having issues with my mic every time I turn on.
Oh no.
Okay.
Maybe
we have the chat up here. Do you think the edition will see more close combat? Yeah.
Yes. That's what it is.
Less lethal shooting looks like something GW's aiming for.
I think new edition will have more close combat. Yes, I don't think it's going to be intentional for for the developers to have more close combat. I think it'll just be an accidental repercussion of just being more durable.
Yeah.
You're going to see things like dogpiling a lot more. If things are more durable, you're going to be like, okay, I know that I can't die if I tag you up. I'm going to have this huge blob that just goes in, tags things up. It's going to be worth more on objectives. And it's going to be hard to kill, so I'm going to tie you up, bog you down type of mindset for some units.
No, I'm definitely in agreement. I think it might happen, but it's not going to be like the main thing. Like, oh, this is all about close combat. 9th edition was actually all about close combat. If you think about it, even when we were in a relatively shooty meta, most of the time we came back to melee, movement, all that stuff. There's been very few times where it's like, just get shot off the board, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's fine.
Do we think GW is aiming for less lethal shooting or less lethal overall?
Overall, I think.
Yeah.
Just less lethal everything. We saw, it looked like the Termagant profile lost an AP, was back down to 0. So that's pretty interesting. They just got an AP in the latest book, and now it's back gone. So I think if they were to just like across the board reduce AP by 1, I think that'd be interesting and not out of line with what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, it's very interesting. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for the good talk. They mentioned that there will be more core stratagems that all armies can use. Any ideas? All-out defense? Trans everyone? That's a great question. So let's talk about the core strats now and if we think they're going to stick into the game.
Yeah.
Auto pass, morale.
We know morale's not going to be the same as it once was.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Right? Interrupt, 2 CP, counter assault, counter defense.
Yep.
Again, assuming that it's alternating the way that we think it is.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's probably in the game.
Yep. Desperate breakout.
2
CP.
Ooh. You think they'll keep that one?
Yeah, they'll probably keep that one.
That's good, right? They don't want people to get tri-pointed.
There's a reason why they brought that into 9th edition. There was a lot of tri-pointing and trapping people in combat just with movement.
Yeah.
Didn't feel the best, so they made a core stratagem for everyone to use. And it still works today. I mean, I used it today to some effect.
Flip a Chimera.
Yeah, but he's like, easy Chimera kill.
They'll let you shoot the unit you needed to shoot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Here's an interesting one. We never use this strat. I think we maybe used it once on stream before. This is the when your opponent runs away.
Cut him down?
Cut him down is what it's called? I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't chase him down, run him down.
Crush them.
Crush them.
Basically, when your opponent falls back with a unit, you can, for 1 CP, make a single. You can roll a single dice for each of your models with engagement range. On a 6, you do a mortal wound. I've had it used against me in a tournament to great effect. Funny enough, like one time, someone's like, "I'm going to do the thing," and it totally worked.
Yeah, and but to your point, it's a niche stratagem. It was effective that one time.
Yeah.
But how many games have you played of 9th edition, right?
Hundreds.
And you actually played one game that someone actually used it. So it's very niche, and it's something that they're trying to solve for, where there's so many stratagems now, and they're all super niche. So I think they're going to try to really bundle in relevant stratagems and keep it nice and clean and relevant.
Definitely agree. What do we think they might introduce? I think transhuman, trans whatever, could definitely be a thing. Can only be winning on a 4+. But here's the thing. There's a lot of complaints about, like, why can a guardsman have transhuman physiology when it's like what a space marine does? That doesn't make any sense narratively. I agree.
Vengeance for Cadia.
Yes, John, I see no problem with this. So let's change the narrative around it. What if instead of being like transhuman physiology, it's like take cover or brace for impact? That's something that anyone can do, and it's makes you so going to be winning on a 4+, whatever. Like we need to. The problem with that strat is the narrative built around it and kind of trying to equate them. It doesn't feel similar. Like a really tough human is not going to be the same as a genetically modified space marine. I'm sorry, John.
Right. And then like rules like what is it? Set to defend. I don't know who sets to defend.
Oh, you know.
Right. Like things like that. Maybe they can turn those into stratagems and morph it into something more relevant. Right.
Yeah.
Clean up some rules.
Yeah.
And would love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that I think is going to be kind of built into the core strats. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. How you doing, Mel?
Okay, I have switched to a different mic, full different mic setup. Please let me know how this goes. If not, we will keep me off mic.
Should I just read this one just in case,
Yes.
rather than having to?
Yes. So let me know. I'm going to turn back off.
Cool. So are we on Blake's? Thank you so much, Blake Allman. Great to hear from you. He says, "Wait, hold up. You're playing AMG's Atomic Mass game's other game, MCP, for Game 2 of Legion Betrayal. I'm excited, but still hurt."
I'm sorry, Blake. Look, we really want to play Legion. I really want to play Legion, but boy, oh boy, we have a lot of things we want to play, and not everything is super viable. We have to get people together, and we have to find a day that isn't 40K to play this game. We're hoping Sundays is that day, and Bridger and I have been playing a lot of Marvel. So it's something that we have rules on the top of our minds. Legion, we'll have to dive into it again, refresh our memory, things like that. New edition just came out for Legion, and so that's another tough nut to crack there. So yeah, Blake Allman, we have the armies. We're excited about it. It'll come eventually. It's just a minor betrayal. It's a quick betrayal.
Quick betrayal.
Quick but swift.
Not like the full Julius Caesar. It's like a little.
Yeah. It was like
a pen in the thigh, maybe.
Right. Only like 20 pens in the thigh.
20?
Not 20 knives in the back.
That's true. Comparatively much better.
Well, it looks like I am good on my mic.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I will go ahead and read the next one.
If we've lived through the curse, yeah.
Why would you mention the curse? The building's gonna go up in flames.
But Mike 1 making a comeback?
Mike 2 making a comeback.
Oh, this is Mike 2?
This is Mike 2. I unburied
Mike
Mike
1.
2. Mike 4 does not interact with this computer. But Mike 2 doesn't interact with the other computer. They're not friends. Thank you, CP guy. With all this talk about 10th and how toughness will actually be a thing, how excited are you about Death Guard? Let Adrian tell you how excited and only child he's being about Death Guard.
about Death Guard. Oh, I don't get to play them anymore because everyone uses my toys. It's true.
Bridger was the first one to start stealing armies.
I
all right,
know, he
I
was
was
the
like,
first thief.
I haven't touched Death Guard. I steal equally. I steal Brian's armies. I steal Adrian's armies. I steal Bridger's armies. Equal stealing. Bridger was just like all
Just straight up. Like the crazy thing about Death Guard is like it's two people's collections. It's mine and it's Brian's. Two people.
Oh, there you go.
And
Two
neither
birds,
of them
one
are
stone.
playing
There you
them. He's like double stealing them. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think if toughness goes up, toughness is weird because there is, again, not enough of a gradation between different toughness values, you know? The jump from T3 to 4 to 5 is, these are huge jumps. So if they are just flat increasing toughness, then we can start to play with that more. We can have, again, more high toughness of Plague Marines, or even like maybe a Death Guard Rhino is like even higher toughness.
Did
It's
they?
interesting.
Did they mention in the showcasing yesterday that toughness was going to go above or around 10? Like,
Yeah, they said there will be toughness above 10,
yeah, more prevalently.
which is crazy.
So yeah, I mean, Death Guard, hello.
Yeah.
Right? Probably getting at least a 9, if not 10, on some of those vehicles.
And that's the thing, like, everything's going to be different. Right now, allegedly Death Guard are bad, but that's not going to matter in, what they said, summer, in a few months.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be shaken up. If your army's bad right now, who knows? It's all good. It's exciting, you know?
Yeah. I will say up front, Death Guard looked like a great army to start a new edition with,
Yeah,
just because
they
of
do
their
alright.
data sheet just being outrightly value in their toughness. They're just going to be hard to bring down. You're going to be able to play the game, learn the game, learn other dimensions of the game while people are still struggling to kill you. You know?
Absolutely.
So, cool. Excited for you.
Awesome. Thank you, CP guy. Thank you, Mr. Adder. Titans, each of you is airdropped onto a deserted island.
Oh,
Sounds
no.
about right. With one objective, be the last Titan standing.
All right, it's on.
What underhanded, sexy priest strats are you using?
No!
And for the poor viewers at home that don't get this, this is my Halloween costume. That wasn't a sexy priest.
look like a sexy
It
priest,
was
guys.
a Demon Slayer cosplay.
Sounds like a sexy
I
priest.
was
It's the same.
I was a swordsman. Hello. I had a sword. I literally had a sword.
You were studying the blade. So, how do we approach this question? John,
Violently, really, is the
Violently?
It's what they're looking for.
underhanded priest strats you were
And
using.
you forgot the winky face that they actually
There
put
is
at
a
the end of
winky
this.
face too.
I'm sorry, I did not read out the winky face. My sincere apologies.
All I can say is thank you, Mr. Adder, for reminding us. And let's just thank John today for dressing up once again like a sexy priest. It's not a Sunday sexy priest, but it's still a sexy priest costume. I like it. You got the slacks.
Oh my
good.
goodness.
The real answer is like, out of the three of us, who has wilderness training?
Who has wilderness training or who has sexy priest training?
Like, John has sexy priest training. I have wilderness training.
Yeah.
You die first.
Yeah, I could do sexy wilderness training. Yeah, maybe
Oh my
not.
goodness. Drop into the deserted island with one objective, be the last one standing. Well, I feel like as we might not or put on in front of the stream, we're actually not violent towards each other, really. So it'll be a very passive, just slowly starving to death on a deserted island, kind of last man standing.
Which means I win, because I would
Yeah.
I would live the longest on the island.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give it to Mel, honestly.
Yeah.
There it is.
But we will eat Bridger first.
We'll tell-
Oh, okay. Duly noted. I'm not going to speak up because I really don't want to be first.
This isn't Survivor where we vote you off.
No, no, be eaten first. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about getting voted off.
Well, we can't
Mr.
eat the
Adder.
sexy
I just follow Mel,
priest.
whatever Mel says. She's the one with training.
The ringleader. Thank you.
Thank you, the Claven. Am I the only one who thinks the game may be too specific sometimes? Guardbook, good. But I feel the creed could just be listed as vets. I feel that encourages creativity in the community.
Ooh, yeah. That's true. I mean, we have kind of taken that approach in the past, and that is something a bit concerning about the guard book, right? Where it was like, these are the Catechin guys, and all Catechin guys are good at this, and you're like, well, that's kind of weird, right? It's very prescriptive, right? Rather than saying you have guardsmen, you have vets, They're kind of generic. It's a weird new take, and I think in the Guard specifically it has to do with models and the way that they want people to buy all the different kinds of models and play them together. I'm not normally a conspiracy theorist of like, oh, they made new good rules to sell the models. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's true. But they do want as many players of a faction to buy as many units of a faction as possible. The problem with Guard has always been, well, you play Catachan, you're going to get Catachan models. You're not going to get the Krieger models. You're not going to get the Cadian models, and vice versa for all of them. So with the new Guard book, they say, let's solve this problem by basically making it one big giant melting pot of like all these people that come from different areas and are specialized in whatever it is. And so to me, it was kind of a way to handle pulling in all of these together without having to have everyone,
Yeah, it was their way to be more inclusive, right?
Yeah, for money.
For money purposes.
But it also is more inclusive too, which is cool.
Yeah, it does add some complexity though. But it's hard, right?
I like the custom regiments or custom regiments, custom whatever Marine chapters because you can just use your imagination. It's like, we have a Scarbrand that doesn't look like Scarbrand. Well, that's not Scarbrand. No. This is a demon that's like basically just as strong as Scarbrand. We're using our imagination. And as much as GOB can encourage that, the better, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough line to walk though between giving something a lot of character and being specific that way, and also being digestible. So I can see both sides of the fence. It's a line. I wish it didn't have to be. I don't know.
It's a line. I'm going to sit directly on it and not cross it.
Yep.
Love it.
Adrian, 10-second answer. What is the Space Marine sprue behind you in the frame?
So this is the OG Space Marine plastic sprue.
Is it the first Space Marine?
It is basically, it is one of the first Space Marines. And this is from Godforge. It was a very, very kind gift. The first Space Marine they've ever owned. And I was reminiscing because I don't have mine anymore. So
More than 10 seconds. Thank you, Zell Nasty. Tried Googling this, but came up empty. What happens to an ITC season when the edition changes in the middle of it? Do they just keep trucking along like nothing happened?
Good question. This actually popped into my head the other day. Look, they don't cancel the season.
Nope.
They continue the season, just like if a new Codex were to release. They're gonna have a little section or part of time where there's gonna be a transition period. They're not gonna transition tournaments right away to the new edition, but there's gonna be some breathing room, and then it's the season scored as usual, but in a new edition for that amount of time.
To my knowledge, there's going to be no interruption. And so it's going to throw off all the faction rankings.
Yes.
Whatever is good in the first 6 months is pretty much not going to matter.
Yeah, which happens anyways as data slates come out, new codexes come out, things get nerfed. People are always able to kind of skew in game towards a faction that's winning, some of probably the top people in the ITC switch factions all the time to whatever is good, or whatever they think is good. So yeah, it's no different now.
Good question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fingers and Toes. With 10th Ed on the way, how they discuss combat patrols, what units would you want if you could make the new Orc combat patrol to introduce a new Orc player to all the aspects of the hobby game?
It's make your own combat patrol? This is a great question.
This is so
combat
good.
patrol.
Okay. So I would include Commandos. I think that was a fantastic inclusion. They're a great unit. They're flexible. They do lots of phases of the game, and they're cool. Lots of conversion opportunities. So I think that's great. You want to have a Psyker, I guess? Oh. That was not deliberate. It was like your face. So I guess
they're still Psychers. It's just...
But if it's not like a different part of the game, you
Right.
don't have to include it to have them experience everything, right? So you definitely need a character. I think pretty much any of the characters will work right now.
You need a boss though, huh? If you're playing a true combat patrol and you're playing that game type, you need a boss to do your stuff, right?
Here's my ideal box. Ready? Beast boss, probably on foot just to keep the price down, because this is going to be an expensive box, by the way. 10 Beast Snagger Boys, Kill Rig, 10 Commandos. That's like the
Wait,
ideal
what did you
orc
say? A
box.
kill rig?
A kill rig.
Oh my! This is an amazing combat
It just
patrol.
doubled the box price. But it would be great because you're doing transports, you're doing psychic, you're doing shooting, you're doing fighting, you're doing characters, you're doing obsec, you're doing infiltrating. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of these rules
This is
exist in the new
meta,
edition,
yeah.
but today would be a great box.
Oh my goodness.
Like you buy 3 of those, you are set.
How many points is that currently? Aren't they supposed to be like 500-point boxes?
That's actually pretty close to 500. So
Okay.
a kill rig is like 170. Beast Snaggers are
Okay.
100, so that's 270. Commandos maybe another 100, so you're at 370.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
And then the boss. So it's actually almost exactly 500
Yeah.
points.
Wow. Look, I would buy that box.
Pay me, GW.
Excellent. Thank you, Siege Roots. I just saw a still of the Apothecary in the trailer. It looks like he's in Gravis. Which character would you all like to see given Gravis or True Scale Terminator?
You know, we've seen Primaris named characters,
Yeah.
guys, but have we seen Gravis named characters?
Yes.
Can you? Wait, really? Wait, which one?
The
Oh, is
chin, the fist guy. He's Gravis.
Oh.
Sorry.
Eh.
You were saying?
Anyways,
You just poo-pooed all over John's
Caldor-
stream.
He's like 5 years old.
no one knows.
Torgaradon.
No one knows who that is. Caldor Drago? In Gravis armor?
That's interesting.
He would also be bigger scale, hopefully.
He would be. But here's the thing. Would he still have a shield? Or is he going to lose his invuln?
No, all of it.
Oh, I guess he could have his captain's thing.
Yeah.
He has everything, yeah.
He has everything. This is huge. He's yoked. He has mind bullets. He has a shield. He has
Yeah.
a sword. He has a bolter that does 2 damage.
Right.
It's amazing.
I'm a little bit weirded out by these new Terminator being like Primaris, non-Primaris, because it sort of changes the rules again.
I'm
Like-
freaked out by it. I don't think it's a good sign.
It's weird. It's like, are they not going all Primaris now? Caldor Drago might just be in Terminator armor. That's like Gravis, not Gravis. Isn't that weird? Like,
It is very
you
weird.
feel like you're going on a train in
It's-
one direction for like years, and you're like, this is where everything's going, and then they're like,
Yeah.
but there's another train running parallel to you the whole time, and you're like, do I need to get on this other train? Like,
I love this analogy.
I don't know. It freaks me
Yeah,
out.
you really are gonna. We're gonna show our age of like trying to transition and fix our mindset of like transitioning to this new edition because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things like how is transhuman gonna work now? Like they definitely don't have the Primaris keyword, right?
Right.
Because it's both vanilla and
for
Primaris.
Terminators?
So is transhuman gone? Can we expect transhuman to be gone fully?
That's interesting.
Like what is going?
Maybe it's just Space Marine unit now. I could see that. Because yeah, you're right. If you don't know who's inside of a Terminator armor,
Right.
they either all have to have Primaris, which is wrong, or they don't have Primaris, which is wrong,
Yeah.
which means that like that's not a keyword.
Keyword's gone.
Maybe it's just a generic strat. Again, that's probably part of it. Is like reducing. At first, it felt like they were really trying to reward Primaris. Like, oh, Primaris gets transhuman. Cool. They're tougher. They're bigger. But maybe they don't need that anymore. Maybe it's just all Space Marines get access to transhuman. Why not?
Yeah.
That might even be the way it is in boarding actions, if I'm honest. That's very interesting.
I don't know. Were keywords on the datasheet that was showcased?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Let us know, chat, or maybe I'll look later.
Let us know.
Cool. Good question. Spurring a lot of thought. I don't know. This 10th edition is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
We got to be ready to pivot towards anything.
Thank you, Zinth25. When the World Eater's 10th Ed Codex drops, how much text is copied and pasted from 9th Ed's Codex? 95%?
Yeah.
Nah, like 94, 94.
It's
There's going to be some new stuff.
It's so awkward. It's just like, do they print it first? Do they print it later on?
Yeah.
Which one's worse?
Like, oh, man. Oh, I don't. Oh, they're both bad.
They almost should have just. Maybe there's a world in which they don't invalidate that one book because it's so clearly different from everything else.
They're just like, and the first book is, you already have it.
Right? Maybe. It's interesting that they're keeping boarding actions as is. None of those rules change.
No.
Yeah, they said so. All the Arcs Owen books are going to be legal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, Zinth. Yeah, that one feels weird. And thank you, Ethrain. Right now, this is the last super chat we have. So just wanted to say I've been inspired to make a Phobos strike team for Kill Team after dying a test scheme on an infiltrator. Your fault, Adrian. Thanks.
Yes. Look, Ethrain, who's painted models for all of us at this point, was looking for another project, and after much deliberation, which you know I'm very bad at, discussed we actually don't really have infiltrators for our Titan Watch.
Oh.
So it is in the works. It's happening.
Excellent.
Space Wolves.
I know, no. Single unit. Although it's rain. You
Look,
want to do a whole army.
we can use infiltrators for every army, to be honest.
Yeah.
Infiltrators are real good.
100%. Cool. So we're all
Awesome.
caught up on Super Chats.
I believe we are.
I do believe as we reach the end of the evening, we have one matter to resolve. Melanie, do the honors. Oh, that's the wrong one.
It was a Grot no Grumble.
No, it's going to be Hotter Grot.
Oh, I had a Grot no Grumble.
All right, Mel, what's your grumble? Tell me about your grumble. I see what's going on. My bad. What's your complaint, Mel? You want to grumble about something?
Technical difficulties, am I
About
right?
the stream? Because I would understand that.
This streaming PC, am I right, chat?
Right?
Yeah, John, do you have a grumble? You want to grumble about something?
Complexity and guard, am I right?
Oh, it's
Too
the
many
worst.
orders.
It's the worst.
Too many different models.
I'm just always a Grot no Grumble. What
Yeah.
Adrian was actually wanting, and we just got a new super chat come in right before, so
Yeah.
super chat away?
Uh-huh.
Don't look at me like that. Thank you, Terra Shark. Shout out to Sarah for making it to top 16 at Adepticon. # justice for Sarah. I went 2 and 2. I thought Sarah got 17th. Well, Sarah got either 16th or 17th,
Very
both of
impressive
which
regardless.
are amazing.
Amazing.
Look, I'm getting mixed
amazing.
signals. Did she come in 16th or did she come in 17th?
Yeah.
difference.
Look, this matters a lot. Like top 16 cut, you gotta know. Honestly, big congrats to Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
My goodness.
watch tomorrow for a video.
Yeah, she gotta teach me a few things. She's playing World Eaters right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Like I said,
maybe I gotta pick up some World Eaters.
I played Sarah. She's really good.
Sarah, Melody, Willow takeover episode.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be amazing.
I love it.
They would
That's amazing.
school all of us into the ground.
Oh no, is this laser tag all over again? I can't handle that.
It could be like a training camp. Each one of them teaches us an
Where
art.
we get trained. Yeah, I was like,
Exactly.
this is not.
Which one of you is getting taught how to play Sisters?
Honestly, they've done a
both
good
use
job of teaching me so far,
Yeah,
so
for
I would
sure.
take that.
Yeah. Have you seen John Play Sisters? It's the...
Okay. I love
All
it.
right, let's see us. Boom. It is time for Hot or Grot. We all need to decide. We want to know, Daddy Lion, is he hot or is he Grot?
Oh.
Let's pull it up, Mel. So of course, yesterday we saw the reveal of the newest Primarch. This is a Loyalist Primarch. Of course, this is Daddy the Lion, L. Johnson, and we're really curious. He definitely has aged.
Yes.
I guess was not in stasis.
The hairline, not doing him any favors.
It's great. He looks. I mean, everyone's saying it. Just like Tywin Lannister.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to bias people. It's a look. You might like it. You might not like it. But we're curious what you think of it. So we've got a few images here of Mr. Lion. There are different helmet options, but you know, in Hot or Grot, there are no in-betweens. You either this is a hot model or a Grot model. So and it's on the Lion's best day. Is this hot or is it Grot? Hot is good. Grot is bad. We've got a pull up right now. We want to know. John, what do you think?
Look, the Lion, an amazing Primarch, super gorgeous. Look at the detail on not just his very regal armor, but his attendants as well.
Beautiful.
You look at his different helmets. Look, each helmet has its own characteristics. Some much better than others. I'm not going to say which is
Some
which.
helmets?
Yeah. I mean,
Wait, how do you feel about this?
amazing.
You
No.
like it?
Top two.
No.
Oh,
No, his
Mousy.
little like
I tried
moose ear things.
This is
I tried to avoid this lion, but I've stumbled onto the
this
den.
line of thought.
Yeah.
This is something that like I don't know. I've grown up with the wings. You've grown up with the wings.
Yes.
Mel, you didn't grow up with the wings. So to you, you look at them and they're bunny ears. But I don't see that at all.
What happens to the? Is it the same helmet that's under the hood?
I know. That's what Shane
Is
was
it-
asking.
Yeah, where do
Is
the
it a
ears go?
different-
Do they just like
He takes them off. Where they go? He goes.
Look, I wonder if you can possibly give like one of the helmets to like the Watchers in the Dark next to him.
That's the Azrael model,
Like,
right? If
you're right.
You either he wears it or the Watcher
the one carries
it,
exactly,
which is
and I
super
would
cool.
want that to happen where like he can carry it,
That'd be
and then he
sick.
wears the one with the hood.
I know.
Those are my top two spoilers. So you can probably tell, super hot.
Super hot.
I like this
Okay.
model a lot.
Okay. Mel, hot or Grot? Lion.
Oh, definitely hot, but keep his mask off.
Oh, okay.
Either this one that we've got on stream or the his face with the hood.
Yeah, bottom right there with
Okay.
the
Yes.
hood and the
Maximum
face.
Tywin Lannister
Absolutely
vibes.
not the bunny ears.
I like the bunny ears. So we saw it yesterday. Beautiful model. I was a little shooketh about his aging. And I don't love the art. I think of him makes him look even more old man than the model. When you look at the model, like really look at it, it actually is. He's not aged that much compared to the Horus Heresy one. It's like he's growing out his beard. He's got a different haircut, but it's actually not too far. He's not like
Really?
old man. He's
Okay.
like matured.
Yeah.
And I'm like way more on board now that I've gotten another look on it. So
Yeah, and if you look closely, it could be a slight blonde as well, and not an actual white.
yeah, it
know?
is. It's actually pretty blonde, it feels like.
Yeah.
Some of the art, he's very kind of like past gray. It's kind of a white,
Oh, really?
it feels like, but I think it's intended to be more of a blonde. So
Yeah.
I too think the lion is hot.
Hots all around.
Hot's all around.
Hots all
Hot.
around.
We're going to close the poll now, actually. You guys won't see this. It's going to be too late because there's a delay. We're just closing it.
You know, I think that's probably the most collective agreement among a poll. 90% hot.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
that checks out. That checks out.
We heard it here first, folks. The lion is hot, not Grot.
We have another
yeah.
super chat that came in.
Sure, let's take it, yeah.
Thank you, Siege Roots. Yes, we've seen Melody play sisters via John Proxy. He looks more like Sir Davos to me, which Xeno's Supreme Commander should get a centerpiece model.
Oh my god, there's so much going
There
on
was
there.
no punctuation in that thing entirely, Siege Roots.
Yeah.
I like it.
We need puppet strings for John's next
Maximum.
sisters game.
Look, I played like right off the bat. When I first took up Sisters, kind of hit their ground running with all the tips and tricks that they gave me, and it's been downhill since.
They're an army that's really hard to play if you don't play them very regularly,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, my sympathies.
And then also like Willow and Melody kind of transitioning out of Sisters as well. They don't play
know.
as much Sisters
Traders.
as they used to. So
It's hard.
yeah.
All the armies are cool in this game. It's really, really difficult. And, you know, they've been collecting more and more. And that's just the gateway. Like, this, you know, you've been on the channel for quite a while now. And remember, it's like, at first you only played a couple armies, but then once you have access to them, once you play them, you want more of that. And so it's so hard because every army is cool. And you kind of have a different appreciation for just, they're all cool.
I will say 11th edition GW, hear me out.
Okay.
A /R for tournaments.
Yeah.
Random faction on
Random
the table.
faction.
You roll up with like all the armies, and then you roll a dice like it's a D20, and then you just take that list.
Yes.
It's like
This is the energy I need in life. That
like
do
in
it.
StarCraft, I was a random player,
Yeah.
and like you would like the loading screen would pop up. You would be Terran versus random, and you would have to do a build order, build your strategy, not knowing what the other person was playing.
Wait, even when you started, you didn't know.
Yeah, you had to like scout them out and like.
John, did you hear the tale in which we were going to make you come play a game in which we put a screen up between the table and you didn't see what you were
Oh
deploying?
yeah, we didn't.
That was amazing. That's an amazing idea.
He wants this.
He wants it. It was not funny anymore because he likes it.
I love this.
We should definitely do that. We should do a random opponent for
Yeah.
you.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, Cedrus, I agree. Sir Davos is more than a Tywin Lannister vibe.
I could see it. I could see it.
And so what Xeno's Supreme Commander should get a centerpiece model.
Oh yes. What's Supreme Commander? No.
It's like making a supreme command and a centerpiece and a Xenos. Those are the requirements.
Oh, Xenos.
So orcs already have theirs with Gaz,
Yeah.
who's basically all those requirements. Thinking about Eldar, thinking about Tyranids.
That is a tough one.
I mean, Nids is easy. It's like a dominatrix or something, which is something that I've been shocked that they haven't made in Forge World or anything. Just like giant mega mama bug that controls anything. So maybe like a smaller version of that, like a kind of hive center control creature.
Yeah.
So I could see that. That's a pretty easy one though, right?
Oh man, I wish Eldari had a cool one. You know,
Yeah.
maybe like a Seer Council turns into a centerpiece.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like it's almost like
Yes. Say it.
what?
Yes.
Like a scrying.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Come on, John.
No,
You can do it.
I don't know. I'm nervous now. What?
I think it was with you. Maybe it was with Bridger was on. We talked about like Triumph of St. Catherine, but jet bikes, like on one base,
What?
like a Seer Council on one base. I'll stick with that.
Interesting.
That'd be so sick.
Chat keeps saying Vect.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
gonna, yeah.
Azrabil.
Big party Tantalus thing.
How did I not think of that? That is so cool. Okay, that one's better. That one. Yeah, a whole like Tantalus raiding party. Vect would roll out for that. Jeez,
I
it
don't
would be
know how
so
we don't have
strong.
it, right?
Huh?
I'm like, when they took the model away, everyone's like, oh, he's gone. I was like, no. Let's give it like a year. He'll come out. Well, it's been like 3 years now.
The thing is, like, Vect is like powerful, but Silent King is here, so I guess
yeah,
like
we
yeah,
got Primarchs. We've
Vect
got
should be in.
gods,
Yeah,
basically.
dude.
Make it happen. I think it will. I still think it'll happen. I just don't know how many years from now it'll be.
Yeah, I'm like thinking of like the potential rules. Like, oh,
Oh,
What
it'll
is-
be.
this guy's Vect is like nasty, man. He's like he kills people just because he's kind of sus of them. Like he has mind games on mind games.
He tortures them just because he's up there. It's messed up.
Well, thank you, Richie Fernandez. Hello, Titans. Now that morale will no longer exist, how do you think the Chaos Knights will be affected with the Harbinger of Dread abilities? Excellent game, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love the sport. Keeps us what we're doing. Again, same thing with the
Night Lords?
the Midnight Clad. Yeah, the Night Lords. I think they're in good shape still. I would not be worried. I think leadership, morale is going in a good direction. It's still hopefully going to be relevant, more relevant hopefully now than ever. I think they're going to stay this. They can probably keep very similar rules. It's just going to be a different effect, I guess.
I think Chaos Knights, if anything, show us what other factions can begin to do, because Chaos Knights already take leadership and have it do something other than have people run.
Yes.
Right? Some of their most powerful abilities have
It's
nothing
like
to do with people
nerfs.
running. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make them charge worse or shoot less or whatever? So I think we'll actually see more of that kind of thing. So I think Chaos Knights, actually, funny enough, will be potentially one of the factions that change the least in regard to morale, because they already do that cool other morale
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true. Is it even called a morale test? It's even called it's like a dread test. It's
A
literally
dread
called dread
test, yeah.
test.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think like Chaos Knight's very safe.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for them. I wonder how Psychic is going to work for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's so many questions regarding Psychic. Like, how does it work?
Yeah.
Are we back to warp charges? Do you just cast automatically? Is it like a priest thing? Is it 3
Right.
plus? How does that work?
Is it a single dice roll,
Right.
2 dice? Is there bad things that happen? I know you have to roll something for it to go off, like a shooting thing, but I don't know.
Maybe. I'm curious. So.
Yeah, good questions.
Thank you, digital designer. The lion's beard on the book cover looks like he rolled out of bed. Also, the helmet options are the best.
Yep.
One is an interrogator chappie, and the other has glorious feathers. I think I'm getting 2.
You're getting 2.
Great, digital. You can send me the other 2 better heads that you're not using.
Ooh, hurtful. Hurtful.
No, you just have like a bunch of Tywin Lannisters scattered through your army. Like you just use the heads.
But it's a giant head.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's like a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Mama. Mama.
It's like Alfarius, but like a bunch of dark.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to take the head for like a demon prince or something. Like, find a way to use its head, because it's pretty sick, honestly.
Ooh.
I don't
Like
know
a
which
very
one I'm gonna
regal demon prince.
use. Yeah, like a Slanesh one or something.
Yeah. That's cool.
I'm so excited. Digital Dark Angels? Huh?
Yeah, it sounds like Digital is starting a new army, and that's Dark
Yeah.
Angels.
They're so cool. I'm struggling on what to work on next, honestly. It's too much good stuff.
Whatever you trip on when you walk into your room.
In my room?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at dodging. I cleaned up the floor. That's good now.
Digital says no chaos models in my house.
Wow. Wait. Wow.
So the lion is safe though. That's like lion. He's getting lion because he's the only for sure loyalist. Dark Angels.
I'm not following your question.
Like, he's not gonna buy any of the chaos
Oh, right.
Dark Angels.
Because the line
Lion's safe? Are they maybe gonna come out with the 10th edition where he's just like, oh, they're actually not loyal?
He's actually chaos. That's one of the spoilers. Like I was like waiting to like see is like, are they gonna like make the Dark Angels bad guys? Like turns out the Fallen were the good guys all along, and like Cypher's the good guy, and the Lion's evil. But it looks like he's nice for now.
Yeah, I wonder where the story's gonna go with Cypher.
Right?
Especially because he has this literally the lion's sword.
They planted that story so many years ago.
Yeah.
Like that was the end of 7th edition,
Yeah.
and they still haven't done anything. With
It has not moved at all, to my knowledge.
Yeah, no. I mean, Luther's escaped. I think that happened. Actually, that might have happened at the same time. We don't know where Luther's around somewhere.
Yeah, everyone was speculating like, oh, like he's gonna kill the emperor and things like that.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And 2 editions later.
Yeah. So weird. Like on the edge of our seats for several years. Yeah. Anyways, lots of things to be seen.
That's all we got for forever.
Amazing. Well, look, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bumpy start, y'all. I don't know what was going on with the machine. I don't know. But we do appreciate your patience and promise we'll have it much more streamlined next time. It's been a lovely evening playing games, chatting. We are going to be trying to do more of these good talks as we hang out and chat with y'all because it's something we have absolutely missed. So really appreciate it.
They did like the list review.
They did like it? The little we saw?
The little bit
Perfect.
they saw,
Cool.
they were, the tease was exciting.
Excellent.
I like
Excellent.
that we get to sit down and really focus in on a list rather than like in the middle of a game where we're just like, my head like explodes when that stuff happens, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. This is much better for
I like
for
it.
everything.
I like it.
Yeah.
So I hope
Oh.
you guys get more.
Digital's not
Value.
letting us go home. Digital, the lion is about to go after his sword like the guy chasing the kid with the candy bar. Also, I technically have a Dark Angels force, but they are about to become a custom chapter.
Ooh.
The classic custom chapter dilemma issue. That's fair. If I didn't have a channel, I would stick with that. But it's cool to show like Dark Angels with Dark Angels on the stream. But custom chapter is like the right answer.
You lost it when I suggested we paint the lion red.
Yeah. Heresy.
Oh my goodness.
That's for heretics, Mel. Yeah. With that, it's been a lovely evening. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We'll catch you next time on the tabletop. Bye.